So how can you be one good adult for a young person? One thing you can do is rally. We've developed the R.A.L.L.Y approach to help one good adult to support a young person whose mental health is being challenged. Each letter in R.A.L.L.Y represents a way in which we can support young people. Or, recognise the signs. Recognising the signs of distress is an important step in supporting any young person. You might notice a change in their behaviour. They might have become withdrawn or start lashing out, having trouble concentrating, or maybe harming themselves. These signs can often be the tip of the iceberg, and what you don't see below the surface are the feelings that they might be finding hard to express. It's important not to rush to label a young person a moody teenager before considering the possible underlying reasons for their behaviour. A. Acknowledge them and what they're dealing with. It's important to acknowledge that you've noticed when a young person isn't behaving like themselves or they're going through a difficult time in their lives. Here are some suggestions of helpful things to say to start that conversation, to let them know that you've noticed, what you've noticed, and that you're there to help. L. Listen to them. Having someone in our lives who will listen to us when we need to talk is so important. Here are 3 key tips to keep in mind about how to be a good listener. 1. Listen more than you talk. 2. Give the young person time. 3. Don't judge, no matter how tempting it might be. L. Let someone know. We're not saying that you always have to let someone else know, or implying that you need to break a young person's confidentiality. However, it's important we remember our own boundaries and limitations. There is always a limit to what we know, or what we can do, and it's okay to admit that. In a situation where a young person is at risk of harming themselves or others, then you have to let someone else know. It's important to also remember that our ability to care for others is increased when we care for ourselves first. If we're exhausted, unwell, or going through a tough time, we might have to let someone else know. Someone who is in a better position to give that young person the support they need. Why? Your response. You may find it difficult, but it's important to try and stay calm when a young person has opened up to you about a problem and looked for help. Be prepared to hear anything. Try asking direct questions like, "How can I help?" or encouraging them to keep talking and let them know you're listening. And instead of just talking about the problem, maybe explore the young person's strengths too. What is going well in their life? Here are some things we'd ask you not to do. Try not to jump to conclusions or judge. Rush to solve the problem. Tell them they're wrong to feel a certain way, or use cliches like pull yourself together. You have the power to be a huge positive influence on the mental health of a young person in your life. So remember to rally.